Today my goal is going to be to paint a hill country painting. It's being acrylic, and I may come back on top of it with oils. I haven't decided yet, but I won't be using a reference photo. I'll be using my imagination. I've seen a lot of the country and studied it, and I actually lived in that area when I was younger, and so I'll be painting this and just kind of making it up as I go, and we'll see how it comes out. I'll only be using acrylic paint first, and as I progress, like I say, I may switch to oils, but acrylic is going to work best for me initially, and it dries quick, and it's getting late in the afternoon, and I just want to get a kind of a base sketch in, and maybe let it dry overnight, and then come back and do a couple more overlays with acrylic. And then switch to oils so I can get some more transparent glazes if those are needed. So let's see here. Let's put a hill back here. It'll be pretty big. You can always go and do a wash over the whole thing and just kind of take the white out of it if you feel the white is intimidating to you, and very often is, but since I'm ad-libbing anyway, then it's not going to be that big a deal. We're just going to kind of work some hills in, a few bluffs. This is going to be the most dominant hill. I'll put some trees in it at some point. Just scrub oak, which is a type of live oak, and it's also my favorite wood to barbecue with. I like the way it makes the barbecue taste, so we'll go with that. Now, as it comes up here, I'm going to make another another hill here. It actually extends on out this way, but this is only a base for me to begin to set flowers or trees or whatever on. This little hill here, it's back 2 miles or something like that. 1 or 2 miles back, and this one is maybe 10 miles back. It's going to be pretty light in color, and I'm going to keep the drama down in the clouds. A lot of times I try to paint with more theatrical sky. I think that this time we'll just kind of keep it simpler. In the foreground, generally I put a road. I think I'll skip the road this time, and let's see, let's make it another hill here. This is going to be a low spot. I'll come back and adjust the values a little bit later. Said acrylic is going to dry pretty quick. I'm going to try to keep it wet. I can use some ingredients to slow it down and all of that. I guess if I were doing it for a client or a customer, I'd slow down a little bit. This is just me practicing and learning more about recording. So I'll just go with this fast technique. Now, as far as clouds, I don't really like to darken them. We'll come in a little later on that. And then let's see here. We'll put some small scrub in here. Both are in more detail. Right now, this is a 1 1/4 inch brush, so I'm just kind of like putting some color in it. And now I'm at a point where maybe I'm going to decide to place a few more dominant things. Put a cactus in a lot. I like the prickly pear cactus. There's a lot of them in that area, so we may leave this as a prickly pear tree. I don't know yet. Somewhere I have to put an oak tree. I can cover up that mountain, but I might put a small oak that's fairly distant. I'll put him about 200 yards back or something like that. Just breaking over the top to help with perspective. Trunks are really cool on these old trees. I'm just blobbing it in now, so I'm not trying to seek a farm yet. Now, this back here is going to be kind of distant, so I'm going to take a clean brush and pull out a little bit of that. Just kind of get our eyes headed in the right direction. And another hill here, and this one here. Pull this one in a little closer to us. More room to work back here on something. Now, up in here, we'll probably put some rocks in, boulders, pieces of sandstone, or limestone actually, probably. I've gathered limestone from this area for quite some time and tried to sculpt with it. It's a soft stone, easy to work, but full of surprises. It's not unusual to get to a very precise area on a sculpture, only to run into an occlusion, which is the skeletal remains of some ancient animal that we call at home. So limestone is tricky. There are good grades, but I generally find it either at my sister's ranch or somewhere where I can just walk around and look for it. And I'm going to do this as a ledge. So this would be something like, we'd call it a ledge, and if you went over it, drop off 5 foot or something like that. Fades out to here, a trail here. We're going to do, instead of a road, we'll do like a path, an animal trail. So maybe the deer or the hog or whatever, cattle comes on this trail. They just kind of work their way around any objects. We'll put something here for them to get around, which is going to shift the trails over a little bit. This is going to be plants growing on this. I'm going to pull this down now. This is a hill that's, like I say, if that's 100 yards, this is going to be about the same. About 100 yards back, 150 yards back. That'll be a pretty abrupt change in altitude. Hill country means that they're hills, they're never mountains. And when you drive down the road or the freeway and you look out across the hill country, you'll see some that are fairly steep. The majority of them are just hills. With the occasional, say the high one every once in a while, really stands out. Do a few rocks, and some agave-looking plants. I'll have to check the name of them before I repeat that. Have nice leaf structure. This will be that old prickly pear. I'm going to darken it up at the bottom with this raw umber now. We'll come back and change it into something a little more appealing. Like one of my favorite living masters told me, if you want to do a pretty painting, use pretty colors. And that's kind of stuck with me. And it makes sense, of course, but it's simple enough to grasp and to hold on to. Now, if we're making that, this tree is going to be back here, and on the other side. So we'll actually scoot this up to about in front of that tree. So about 50 yards out is where we're seeing this hill begin to go. This is 15 yards, 10 or 15 yards out from the view, eye level of being the horizon, we're going to call that right in here. So this is kind of where your eyes would be if you're standing back where I'm at now, looking out. So now I know that I want everything be viewed from this elevation, which is going to be like this. So I can kind of see over the edges some. If the edges are sharp like this, I can't. But you can see this rolling down. So this here, it's rolling down. This trail, let's go ahead and make that trail old cow trail, like that's we should call it. And it's coming over here, it disappears there, it comes back up here, comes over the hill, goes where the cows go, and here's another part of it. So, now, as I said, I'm roughing it in. Let's do cactus. Just kind of broad brush it in, still using a large brush. Keeping it small. I want to have cast shadows from this as well. So let's put some shadows over here. We always try to determine where the sun is coming from. Sunset, I don't know. I may have the sun down. We'll put it back over here a little bit. So now that is north, and this will be west. And this will light this up. This will be darker here, a little lighter over there. But it's going to cast shadows this way, and that way I can get a shadow coming across here as well. This is the tree behind the hill. The tree behind the hill, not being casting the shadow. So we're just going to bump it in here. This is a plane, which we'll call a plane. It's going to be a good place for some flowers to grow. Maybe a hayfield. We have some rocky stuff going on that's going to tumble down this hill as it erodes. Back over here, I want to darken a little bit. I'll be using some pleasing colors, but it's not going to be as dark as this. This will be a rock, as I said. So we're going to do some type of boulder thing here. We're looking at the back side of it, so it'll be kind of dark and cast some shadow. I'm going to let some lines run as in drips and just kind of see what happens. I can always take it out. Once again, I don't want to see that trail everywhere. I want to see things disrupting it. And I want to imply that it's the same thing. It kind of curves and head this way. Here, not much going on. Now we're getting pretty far back. We'll lighten it up through here. Another hill back here, maybe. Kind of bumping them in a bit too close, but it's there's some place in the hill country that looks a heck of a lot like this. That's all I can say. I can't tell you where. Now, after this dries up a bit, let's pull a little bit of whoops, that's fine. I guess that wants to be a rock. You have to listen to the universe, I suppose, sometimes. But anyway, that's going to be a rock. We're going to have some brush going here. I don't know, maybe I should pull that tree in to this hill. Let's see how that goes. What do you think? I think I like it better pushed back so that we can do more with this. Scrubbing off a little paint, which is indicating that we don't really have a good bond. But I am allowing you to kind of tell me what to do. And if I don't like it, I'll cover it up. Now, let's see here. It's almost time for me to take care of my other commitments, which is feeding the stock, the chickens, and some adults and some humans. So I'm going to shut it down. But like I said, this will be a rock. We'll run across the top. Maybe some other small rocks that the cows are going around, and a lot of little pebbles laying around. Back here, I'm gonna keep it light. I'll do something here. Of course, very often there's bluebonnets if we hit the time of year right, and so there's some bluebonnets at some point. Back them up with some Indian paintbrushes or something like that. So that's it. Now, just so to keep it kind of in perspective, we're going to do a light brush on the clouds. We decided this would be our lighter part over here, so I'm just going to kind of take my brush, keep it damp, brush in something, let it happen. The closer we get to the horizon, the warmer the sky looks. We'll keep it pretty warm there. I have a pencil line there. Past a bit. And this is going to dribble down a little bit. I don't really care. Come back and turn it into something. But so that's our beginning of a painting, a hill country painting, and who knows where it's going to go. I don't think I want to put any cattle in, but we'll just leave it without livestock or deer or anything like that for now. So that's it. Tell me what you think if you care to, and I will be doing each one of these. I'm going to try to hold them for 15 minutes or so, cut them for 15 minutes. I have a YouTube channel called The Art of Making Things. I'm not promoting it. I want to learn how to do that, but I will be posting this, and I don't know, I think I have 15 other paintings or some sculpting and stuff like that on there. So if you like, look that up, and if you don't want to watch it on Facebook, then you can just scoot over to The Art of Making Things, and when you're so inclined, maybe you can go into that and tell me what you think. Also, I'm making progress on writing my book. I'm on about 12th chapter now, and this is what I do at night. I watch very little TV, so it's a lot of fun. I find it very interesting, very challenging, and I'm glad that I have the Grammarly app. It's a lifesaver for someone that has always been challenged by proper usage of the English language, let's say. I guess I'm kind of a hillbilly. But anyway, let me know what you think about this, and hope everyone has a good evening and a good rest of your week. Bye.